Hi everyone, I'm Niklas Lundell. Thanks for having me. Thanks for the invitation. Thanks for the previous words. Uh, I work for Luger, who is the promoter, the agency behind the Wet West Festival. I was part of founding it, like it's now 8 years ago, pretty much exactly. I think I might touch the ethics and travel thoughts and issues that we are dealing with here today, but maybe in a more subtle way uh, than direct and precisely. But I think ethics is, without using the words ethics, I think it's one super core value to what we try to achieve with Wet West, and something that we lean towards in pretty much everything we do. Maybe some of you have heard of or have attended the Wet West Festival. Unless so, and for our international guests, I think we should just have a short crash course, a framework on what we're looking at. Wet West is a 3-day festival here in Gothenburg, in Slottsskogen, the beautiful park, centrally located park. It's also located in a series of venues around in the city. Venues that is, in some cases, venues on a daily basis, and sometimes transformed into venues for our specific event. We're the second weekend of August every year. We just made it through our 7th year recently, a month ago. We have approximately 30,000 people attending per day every year, and also another like 30,000 watching the live streams or such like from the event live during the festival. We present approximately 150 artists. We have an arts program, we have a film program, there is a series of seminars, and there's a music hack, and I think people come more and more for the food and beverage part, etc., etc. We are a festival. A festival which hopefully and aims to be a dream of another and maybe a benchmark for change of the everyday life and everyday society. I think festival is supposedly pretty much a situation and a case where we can try to present and make our own little society together with a lot of people. And also for those people, maybe for just a few days, forget about their everyday life struggles and situations, and also maybe build up a bank of memories on what they have experienced over these days. I don't normally present myself as a businessman, although I find respect in those words. But I guess we are in the business of escapism. We are dealing with and presenting and making business out of a package of experiences that hopefully will last over the year. Location is crucial. I guess it is when it comes to travel generally, and also for a festival, it's crucial. In over the last like 30 years of festival history in Sweden, you could say that festivals don't usually are being held in a city center location. It's normally it has been normally outside on the countryside, where people have to travel far and build up a temporary solution of living for a few days and a temporary infrastructure. Everything from fences to stages to catering has to be built temporarily. That was something that we wanted to change. We wanted to implement the experience of being in a city, and also use or lean towards the fact that a city already has an infrastructure set up, which also benefits to the overall experience of attending, in this case, Way Out West. It also had to be well located in the city. We wanted to have walking distance from the central station and nearby a lot of hotels, etc., etc., or friends, or of course where people live. Just the fact that there is a big potential target group within reach, so that people don't have to travel a long distance, was crucial to us when we started Way Out West. It also, urbanism was another like core value when we started. We didn't discuss core values, of course, back then, but when we kind of investigated what we have done and achieved, urbanity and urbanism has been something that has gone through pretty much everything we do. I mentioned the venues that we do, this so-called Stay Out West, the club program around the city, which is more or less a hats off to the cultural life of Gothenburg on a day-to-day situation. So there is so much to the brand as well that adds to the experience. If for us and when we're able to combine the city experience with the overall festival experience. Also, the idea of urbanity as allowing, as well, partly alternative, as a space where you share space and you share. It's much more of a shared community and society, and also the very close distance between our little society, which is Way Out West, and the everyday life society that is kind of the benchmark towards what we do. This is also very essential to us. We come from a very alternative background. I would have went berserk if someone had said to me I was going to be called a businessman at the university 15 years ago. But we are still very concerned to address this kind of DIY background and address that in the making of Way Out West. This goes very well hand in hand with the whole idea of urbanity and the experience combined with that. Well, as you see, I'm not using the PC now, but if there is like a short combination, it's alt-veg fem, alternative, feminism and vegetarianism is something that we are discussing in pretty much everything we do, even though it's about production and building fences, etc. That's an aspect of how we can deal with improving Way Out West as an example, but as an experience as well. And in the sort of like product package of escapism of a festival, you have to include some level, some extent of opinion making. The feeling of being part of something, being part of a movement, it's a money can't buy experience, a money can't buy product. So this might sound a little cynical, and we never did it from a business perspective. We did it because we wanted to improve the society and make things a little better. But it does as well add to and gain a lot of extra to the experience at Way Out West. we need to, even though this all might sound very like based on gut feeling and on a very like punky level, we have to investigate and do some proper analysis on what we are doing and how we can improve even more and do the right choices. So we are together with Tommy and this institute and school here. We are doing a lot of like investigations and surveys and academic research. Not us personally, thank God, but these rock stars of professors, etc., are helping us out with that. Never to ever in itself present the solutions or directions of the next steps for Way Out West, but also always as a framework and a background to the decisions that we might consider. There is a lot of stakeholders, a lot of people and different institutions and companies, etc., that are making a festival to what it is, and we had to investigate and make sure to monitor the full picture. So in that work, we had a lot of help from you guys, to be able to see all the impacts and all the effects that is coming with Way Out West. I think you could take an example here, which is definitely tightly connected with ethics and in some way with travel as well, even though it might be a travel of changing behaviors. We've for many years thought of going fully vegetarian, to exclude any meat product at the Way Out West Festival. That has been an ongoing discussion pretty much since we started the festival. We didn't find us to be in the momentum. We were never in the like right position to take the step, but it has been an ongoing discussion. And when we, together with Tommy and Eric, investigated our environmental effects back in 2010, we got at our hands that the catering situation was the absolute worst piece in our environmental effects, and within the catering, it was meat that was the worst. So we pretty much got facts that told us what we wanted to do, more based on a cultural background and an experience from music and arts that come from a very like political aware context, was also proven in a more academic way that we would probably get very good environmental and sustainability results if we basically got rid of the meat. So with this at our hands, we took the step in before the festival in 2012 and got full-on vegetarian. Crew catering, artist catering, and every public food and beverage stand, etc., was not allowed to serve any meat. And this got an amazing effect in the social medias. Over the night, we had just tremendous response. We also got quite some good results when it came to CO2 and global hectares and the environmental effects, where we decreased the catering part of the total environmental impact from being over 60% to less than 40%. And we also decreased the total effects quite a lot with, well, you could say almost 25%, 24% in total, and almost 40% calculated per visitor and time spent on the festival. And this, again, was not being done only for the sustainability or the environmental effects, nor for the media coverage or the talkability. It was basically because we wanted to do that like an honor to where we came from, and to honor those bands and artists and that cultural context. And also, again, which is maybe why you could call us businessmen and women, it adds to the experience. To be at Wet West when everyone is talking about this like quite political step that we took together is making the festival experience way, way much better. And also you can tell people were maybe if not loving the actual burger or whatever they had, they loved and shared the idea why we did it. Over 50% thought it was a 5 on a 1 to 5 scale, the step that we took. And this year was our second year going full on vegetarian. And this year it was hardly any discussion about it. And those small little steps, for us it was quite a small step, even though it was discussed like it was a major one, is it's a travel within. It's a traveler mindset. It is definitely a travel in ethics, and but also I think we all reject and wanted to stay away as far as possible from words as business and entrepreneurship and stuff like that. We do love making business, and we find it very interesting and valuable to be good at it. But yeah, we are packaging a product here, but we are packaging it with ethics. And the whole experience is very much based on taking a stand and being aware of your cultural context, which improves the whole experience of being at the festival at Wet West. I think that's it for me now. That's pretty much my 20 minutes.